Welcome back to the Healing with Horse Collective. Today we have the parting message from the 2014 Healing with Horse TeleSummit, which is about asking the question, what are you ready to shed so that you can combine your heart light with horses and shine your light into the dark? So Saren here was showing me some things the other day that I wanted to share with you. And then Saren and Frog, who's standing over there, gave me just a beautiful, unexpected healing the other night. And I want to share with you how you can do something similar. So the TeleSummit is really about encouraging you to expand and empower your practice with horses. And our parting message is just about that. As you know, it's springtime, and Saren here grows quite a woolly bear coat. So I was using the shedding blade on her the other day, and it was the first time, so the hair was flying everywhere. It seemed like I took a whole Saren off of Saren. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see with the video or not, but the hair flies off everywhere. And there were clouds of it coming off of her, just clouds of it. And as I was breathing in these hairs, thanks for the message, Frolic, Saren invited me to wonder, what if each of those hairs, I know, Frolic, right? What if each of those hairs was a thought or a belief or an outdated pattern that you were willing to shed? So that's our first question, right, Saren? What outdated belief are you willing to shed? And then as these hairs were flying all around me in swirls, I was breathing them in, Saren showed me that when we have these outdated thoughts and beliefs and patterns, it's as if they create a shield around us, right? As the hairs are flying all around me, it was like a shield. And that shield darkens your light. And so what can we do to release those outdated thoughts and beliefs and patterns so that our light can combine with the light of horses and uplift humanity? And that was what my healing was about the other night. So I came out, it was just unexpected. Actually, I was starting and I was giving Frolic, who's standing over there, a healing for some of her issues, her body issues that she has. And as these things often do, at some point it shifted over to a healing for me. Yeah, I know, right? And so these shields of these beliefs, they often come in patterns of themes, let's say themes. And so Frolic was inviting me to see if I wanted to dissolve, right? Dissolve any of these shieldings that were around me. And two of my favorite shields, I'm sure you have your favorite shields, but two of mine are around the issues of discomfort or pain. And another favorite one of mine is helplessness or powerlessness. And so Frolic showed me one way that we can work with the horses to dissolve these is to simply stand with them. And you can see where the horses want to stand. The other night, Frolic stood with her butt right here, and I had my hand on her butt. But it could be the shoulder, it could be the heart, it could be anywhere. And just ask the question, stand with them and ask the question around your theme, what is ready to be released? Just a simple question. So around the shield of helplessness, what is ready to be released now? Saren just took a big breath with me. You can also ask the question, what am I ready to be aware of around that theme? And just stand with the horse and breathe and allow whatever wants to happen. And you may get some knowings, you may get some words, you may get some pictures, you may get nothing at all in terms of a knowingness. While I stood with Frolic the other night, I didn't have any, usually I get lots of words and pictures and images. I didn't have any of that. But what I did have was a ton of releasing, which for me is yawning and crying. I like to cry. There's lots of tears when I do my own healing sessions. And a lot of yawning. And I gag too. When the energy is getting stuck and it's moving, I gag. So I spent, I don't even know, it's probably 45 minutes, right, Frolic? Doing this work with her. And I just repeatedly asked that question. What is ready to be released? Or what am I ready to be aware of? And you don't have to have anything come to you at all. You could simply be in the space, and energetically, the horses are helping you shift that. So I invite you to give that a try. And then after you do that, Miss Saren stepped in after that and did a really miraculous healing with me. Right, Saren? Because once you clear something, what you've done is created the space for truth to be in your field. And so you can fill that space with whatever truth you are ready to embrace. And I sat on one of these little buckets over here, and just like this, you won't be able to see me if I do that, but just like this, when I got down and Saren curled her whole head up over my entire chakra system, and she must have stood there for over a half an hour. And what happened during that time was a desire I felt to reclaim my freedom, my free will, so that I could make a different choice instead of discomfort or pain or powerlessness. Saren's looking and chewing on that. I could make a new choice. And the choice that came in, that she helped me discover, was that I reclaimed my freedom. And in that freedom, I invited my power to come back in from all the places I had left it. Where have you left your power? Ask a horse to help you invite it back in. And then for me, the next step was to anchor that power into my body on the earth so that it could be here now with me. And then the last step, which was an interesting one that came, that one I've never done before, Saren helped me discover, was that I asked my power to expand to the size of my soul's purpose on this planet at this time. Remember that, Saren? It was very beautiful. And all this did was just whatever comes into your mind is right for you. And for me, there were words, and I had to say the words repeatedly to allow them to anchor into my cells, into my system. And as each time I said the word, the timbre of my voice changed. And so I invite you to play with that. Once you clear something, what wants to come in and fill you up? And how can you expand your power to be the size of your soul's purpose with horses on the planet? So that's our parting message for the 2014 Healing with Horse TeleSummit this year. That's the horse's invitation to you. What are you ready to shed so that you can shine your heart light with the heart of horses into the darkness, uplifting humanity wherever you go. So thank you, Saren and Frog, for that beautiful healing and those beautiful ideas that we can all use. I hope to see you next year for the 2015 Healing with Horse TeleSummit. And if you've been thinking about purchasing the 2014 set, we have a final deal. This is the last week to get the price that's already available now. After that, it's going to go up. So if you've been thinking about buying, I invite you to buy now. I also invite you to consider being with us for the symposium, which is in about 5 weeks, where we're going to gather to help you shed what is no longer serving so that you can serve with your heart light with horses. And if you need some financial assistance to be with us, if your heart says, yes, Dr. John, I want to be there, but I don't know how I can afford it, then get in touch with me. We have some scholarship passes that we can work with you to make that a reality. Right, Saren? All right. Until next time, guys, may the heart and soul of horse be with you.